I'm going to interview Emma Louise McGuigan. She's from Northern Ireland, Belfast, and she worked for Le Castel. That's a French camping chain. Hello, Emma. I would like to interview you about your expat experiences. Is that okay for you?
Yes, that's perfect.
So my first question is, what were the nicest food and drinks that you came in contact with?
Um, well, we got to eat with the family every day, so there was lots of food that we encountered. And probably my favourite would have been the creme brulees and the pastries in the morning. Yeah.
Why was that?
Because it was fresh, and you don't really get them as fresh as you would in France because it's such big in their culture for the boulangerie and the patisserie to come in the morning and bring fresh pastries, where it wouldn't be as fresh here.
Okay. And did you find grocery shopping a problem, or was it fine?
Personally, for me, it was a problem because I'm really bad at financing things. So I would have spent like €50 on a shop and got like fruit, and that's it. So, yes, shopping for me at the start was sort of hard, but then I started to conform to it, and then, yeah, it seemed to ease by the time went on.
Was it hard to switch from pounds to euros, or?
It's getting so the currency is so bad now that you almost just put them almost as equal. So it's unfortunately no, it wasn't that hard.
Okay. Did you get homesick at any point, and how did you handle that?
Um, I did by the end, and it was really just with you. You were like my little sister abroad and your family. So it was like making relations with people that were there and
Yeah.
just knowing that I was still going home. So just having that in my mind.
Were you looking
So
forward to going home?
yes, by the end I was, but I was still slightly sad that it was going to let go because I knew it was a once in a lifetime experience.
Okay. Is there a different work ethic? Do you think that?
I don't know whether it is specifically in France or it was just the type of people that we were working for, but I did feel like everything had to be at the highest standard, which is understandable as it was like a 4 or 5 star camp.
But did you feel the standard was too high?
Um, I think it was reasonable. Sometimes you felt a bit suffocated, but it was. I could understand why it was such a high standard. So I didn't feel it was too high because if it was me, I'd probably want my business to be the highest of standards. So
Okay.
yeah.
How were your colleagues, of course?
Well, really bad. There's this one Belgian girl. No. Well, you being my main colleague was like the best because it was like, oh, it wasn't just like a colleague, it was like a friend. Cringe. But yeah, it was really good that we were similar in age as well, so it felt like we knew what we were talking about whenever we came into like sticky situations and stuff. And then it was good because other workers were like Yana and like Yannick were people that had travelled quite a lot, and it was good to get different experiences and different opinions on things. So the colleagues were good and they were very helpful if you needed help.
Do you still have contact with the other colleagues, the French ones?
Unfortunately, no, I do
Okay.
not.
How did you experience the local etiquette? Was it different?
In what sense?
In the sense like you have to be more polite or less polite, or you have to give kisses
Yeah.
or shake hands, or
Well, it's more the culture in France for you to be a bit more polite, I feel, than the Northern Irish culture and
could
the
you give
British
like an
culture.
example?
So whenever you do greet someone, you do the bisou, and then you'll sort of like, I don't know, you have to be slightly more respectful. I think it might be open culture in Ireland, where there I feel like the people are a bit more closed off, so you need to watch what you say, and yeah, I just felt that you need to be more careful in what you're saying to offend people. Yeah, in
Okay.
France.
Um, and did you make like a mistake in that local etiquette, or?
Well, there was a one time whenever I got a bit confused with the language, let's say, and to the 70-year-old Baron,
Yes.
whenever I said, Je suis très chaud, and he looked at me and he was in disgust and was like, Quoi? Ce n'est pas ça. Tu as chaud. Ce n'est pas ça. So that was a bit awkward, and I did get the table setting wrong. So my table etiquette is not as good as I thought, which is a big thing in France. So they were two main things that I remember very well. So yeah.
Was it easy to adapt for you and friends, or did you think it was hard?
I think I thought it would be easier because I love the French culture, but it's a different whenever you're actually living it, because there's just it's a bit of a culture shock because it is quite alien to me. So as much as I love their food and the language, also their norms.
Like what kind of norms?
The way that they are a bit more standoff, and the way that they do have higher standards, and they're not afraid to say if they don't like something and it's not to their standard. That was a bit of a shock for me. So
Is that different in Northern Ireland?
yeah, everyone's just like, oh, thank you, and then they'll probably hate it, but they'll say, oh, it's really nice. Where in France, they're like, no, I don't like that. So it's sort of like stuff like that was a big difference whenever someone actually complained to you face to face.
So it was hard for you whenever someone was like really honest?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you're used to that they're saying that's okay, even if it's not really.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
And last of all, if you could give everyone who's going to work abroad one piece of advice, what would it be?
What would I say to someone? Let's see. Just be aware that everyone isn't the same as people back home, and don't think you know someone's culture based on someone else that you know from that, because everyone's so much different. So yeah, just be open to different people and don't think you know them better than what you do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you for this interview.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.